Dr. Dean Cain. Okay, Dean, I want to show you I know you like the comment I made.
I want some of that hairspray.
I know.
I want the hairspray
I know.
stuff.
You know what? You actually might have better hair than Anthony and myself. I hate to say that. Anthony's still here. Anthony, you can leave now.
No, I'm looking at Dean's hair.
You can leave. We're done talking with you.
Text me a picture of that hairspray that you're using, Dean, okay?
Yeah, and send that over here. I want a shipment.
Done.
I wasn't going to bring this up with you because I never got around to it with Anthony because he was talking too much. But the Democratic Party has filed a lawsuit, is suing Russia, Donald Trump, the campaign, Kushner, Donald Trump Jr., WikiLeaks. They're suing everybody because I guess they're just sore losers and they can't accept the defeat. What do you think about that lawsuit?
I'm thinking that's not going to win. I think they're not going to get there. But you know what it does? It just keeps muddying the water, keeps keeping it out there, keeps that same narrative going, and that's what they want to do. It's just they're just going to keep it going, and we're going to have to hear about it and listen to it and muckrake. And you know, anytime that Comey can get out there and say, you know, things like I can't verify that there was peeing and this, they just keep saying those same things, and after a while, you start to believe it as fact.
Yeah, it's repetition, and it works on half the public. And it looks like the Mueller investigation is not really going the way the Democrats want it to go, so they're throwing this frivolous lawsuit out there. So James Comey was asked about Hillary destroying evidence. Remember, they smashed the BlackBerries with hammers. They bleached all of their servers. Listen to James Comey's response on radio. Here it is.
Why wouldn't smashing of cell phones and the destruction of thousands of emails during an investigation clearly be obstruction of justice?
That's a great question. That's the first time I've been asked that. And the answer is it would depend upon what the intent of the people doing it was. Lots of people smash their cell phones so they're not resold on the secondary market and your personal stuff ends up in somebody else's hands. But if you smash your cell phone knowing that investigators want it and that they've cut a subpoena for it, for example, that is a different thing and can be obstruction of justice.
Okay, lots of people smash their cell phones. Anthony's still here, by the way. He's sitting here. He's laughing.
I'm hoping to get more airtime. Keep going.
Okay, you've never smashed your cell phone. Have you ever smashed your cell phone, Dean?
No, never. Not one time. I mean, not by accident.
Yeah, you dropped it
but
after
never
a few
on purpose.
drinks, right?
Yeah. I of course.
Right.
It takes me a number to get there.
Right.
But listen, I mean, I take my phone and I clear it. And then I resell it because you want some money back on that. Not lots of people smash their cell phones because they want to hide their personal information. You can get rid of that. It's clear what happened there. Everybody knows what happened. They smashed their cell phones to get rid of any evidence. It's so blatant. It's unreal. And the bleach bit and things like that. I mean, it's so obvious. It's just embarrassing. It's like
could you imagine?
It doesn't pass muster.
Could you imagine if there were some subpoenas out with Michael Cohen or Donald Trump, and we found out that Donald Trump or Michael Cohen or Don Jr. had literally taken hammers and smashed their BlackBerries and then bleached their servers on their computer networks? What do you think the mainstream media would have said if that had happened, but on the other side?
Armageddon, the end of the world as we know it. It would have been insanity. Volcanoes would have erupted. It would have been insane. The scales of justice are supposed to be equal. Well, they're clearly not. There are rules for one group, and there are rules for the rest of us. And those guys, someone doesn't have their thumb on the scale of justice. There are entire people standing on the scale and making it it's ridiculous. I mean, it's literally a joke.
Yeah. So speaking of ridiculous and a joke, here again is James Comey trying to have it both ways when it comes to telling the truth. Listen to what he said to George Stephanopoulos about the president lying.
Are you thinking President Trump's a liar?
Yes. I had obviously concerns about that earlier, having watched him on the campaign, that he is someone for whom the truth is not a high value.
Okay, so this is just days later. He goes on The View and says this about lying.
Good people lie. I lay out in the book, I think I'm a good person where I've lied.
Okay, so when the president lies, he's an evil man, and when anybody else lies, they could be good people.
Of course. Those are the scales of justice. Stand on this side, and it's ridiculous. The longer this book tour continues for James Comey, the worse he looks, and the more he says. I'm surprised that he's out there saying so much. He's like one of those criminals that think they're so much smarter than the investigators, and they keep talking and they keep talking. He's starting to dig big holes.
You're right. That's a great point. All right, Dean, I got to run. Anthony's got to get out of here. We're keeping him, so we're going to go to break.
I'm back here smashing my cell phone, Dean. I hope you didn't hear it.
Yeah, try to keep it down, all right? All right. The Comey memos. Did the former FBI director sign his own prison sentence? The White House with reaction up next.